What's up, guys? Zeenigami here, and let's go through some crazy One Piece Treasure Cruise news. That's right, we're gonna go over the new Japanese Sugofest and the Share event that gives us some free legends, and also what everybody on Global One Piece Treasure Cruise is crazy about right now, the legend and character rate controversy, and if you should burn down Bandai and grab your pitchforks and stuff. So, for the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, first of all, we have a bunch of Koala events. They're very, very easy to complete. In order to do the Koala event, you can check Chopper Man right here, go to the pink button. And here, these first ones are getting Pirate EXP. So for getting Pirate EXP up to 70,000, no, that's berries. So you get up to 700,000 berries. You get a bunch of koalas. For getting up to 40,000 Pirate EXP, you get a bunch of koalas. And that's 3 koalas per completion here. So that's 3 koalas, 3 koalas, 3 koalas. You just get a ton and ton of koalas. One big thing about these koalas is that they're okay. You can find out what they do on the database. They are a berry and EXP boosting captain, and a special boost the attack of your captain. But the big thing about koala is that and also, these down here are do 10 extra island runs. So just do 10 island runs. If you're playing One Piece Treasure Cruise, you're going to complete all these missions very easily. Big thing about these koalas is, although they are mediocre characters, and it only takes 6 skill ups to max, if you sell them to the Rayleigh shop, you can actually get 300 points per koala. So if you go to these koalas, they're worth 300 points each in the Rayleigh shop. So if you want to get some sweet Rayleigh points, and you're a free-to-play person, well, here you go. There are all those free Rayleigh points you want just for your koalas, and you can use those to buy whatever you want. So I would highly recommend, especially if you're free-to-play, to sell those koalas, because although they are nice, they're not like free rare recruit characters nice. And that is 17,000 Rayleigh points. Now, I do still recommend keeping 1 koala around, just in case you do want to use her at any point. But the rest of them, you can sell them. You can sell them to the Rayleigh shop. That's a totally fine thing to do, and actually would be my probable recommendation of what to do. We also have the new Share event. So the new Share event right now, if you go down to this one right here, go all the way to the bottom. There's that button. Click on it. It'll open up the browser so you can see the new Share event. So the new Share event, we're going to go to here. This is doing the Zero Stamina Doflamingo Island, and it'll be entered into another lottery event. So you do that Zero Stamina Dofi Island, and then it'll be entered into the lottery. The lottery event rewards will be out after the event is over. So wait for the event to be over, wait a day, and then it'll be in the mail if you win. If you don't win, you'll get nothing. So that's it. As long as you do that Zero Stamina and keep opening mail, you're not going to miss it. So there's one person who's going to get 3,200 gems. 3 people are going to get all the characters, or a bunch of characters who are involved in Dressrosa. So you'll get a bunch of legends, and you'll also get non-legends like Sugar and Diamante, and a bunch of other characters who are involved in Dressrosa. 10 people are going to get 10 universe or guaranteed skill ups. 30 people are going to get 25 million EXP meat. 30 people are going to get a bunch of skill books. 30 people are going to get universal skill books. 5 people each are going to get God Usopp, 6-star Usopp, and enough limit break materials to max them out. 5 people are going to get Fujitora, enough limit break materials to max him out. 10 people are going to get Cabbage, Barto, Diamante, and Jesus Burgers, and enough limit break materials to max them out. And this is 10 people each. 30 people are going to get a bunch of Princess Turtles. 20 people are going to get a Gainu. 20 people are going to get Timescape Luffy. 20 people are going to get a Nell. 100 people are going to get 300 Cola. Woo! 100 people are going to get 320 billion berries. No way! Turtles, Forbidden Tomes, and 30,000 people are going to get 10 gems. I'd much rather have 10 gems than the berries, but hey, you know, as you do. This is how many shares we are currently at. We are already at 50,000 shares, so we're only 100,000 shares away from getting your free legend. Oh, is that million? Oh, that is million. Whoops. I'm sorry, I can't actually read. Look, I don't know it's million. It's in Japanese. How am I supposed to know it's million? So the share event is going to be a choose your legend, and it's going to be in the mail. You're going to have a bunch of buttons that you can click on, and it's going to be, we don't know what order it's going to be, and it might be in this exact order right here. But once that mail comes out, you'll be able to pick on which legend button you want and get that legend. We have the legends Rayleigh, Hancock, Sengoku, Shanks, Long, Luffy, Strong World Ace, Bartle, Rob Lucci, Whitebeard, Int, Mihawk, and Sabo. Now, which legend should you pick? I recommend Int, Mihawk, Whitebeard, Sabo, Log, Luffy. I basically recommend that bottom row. Any one of those characters are really, really nice. Strong World Shanks, especially 6+. Shanks is incredibly good all by himself. Sengoku is okay. Hancock is okay. Ace is okay. Rob Lucci, Blue Rob Lucci is way better, but 6+ Rob Lucci is okay too, but pairs better with another character. So does Rayleigh. A lot of these characters up here kind of pair better with other legends. Long Luffy does great all by himself. Whitebeard does great all by himself. Int Mihawk does great all by himself. Sabo does great all by himself. That's why I recommend those over these up here. Although if you have 6+ Shanks, he's gonna be ahead with these 3 down here. Long Luffy, some people don't like Long Luffy. I still recommend Long Luffy because he's still really, really good. As long as you hit good, great, perfects and aren't fighting something that has tons of barriers. Up to you though, which legend you pick. At the end of the day, take whatever you want. I personally am probably going to take another Hancock. So that way I can have one 6+ Hancock and one 6-star Hancock sitting in my box. Just in case I ever want to use one. If we hit 300,000 shares, and we're going to get 20 gems. Woo, but don't worry, we're going to hit this really soon. You can pick your legend after the event's over. So, that's basically, I believe that's it that we have to talk about on Japan. Let's talk about this post right here. So, Heath Tech has made this Reddit post that everyone is really, really, really mad about. I want to reiterate a few things. First of all, this is information data mined from the game through means. This is not information given to us by Bandai and has not yet been confirmed by anybody else. I trust Heath Tech. Heath Tech so far has given us some very good information that basically is confirmed by the community's feelings about things and by a lot of anecdotal information, but once again, this is all only from one person. There is nobody else who has yet backed up his information. If someone else can also get rates, then that would put a lot more weight to these claims. And there are a lot of people making their own posts in response to that. There's a mega thread that people are gathering up angry posts and angry pitchforks. But right here, this one by Koryuken is breaking down a few things that I want to go over. So, Heath Tech, and Heath Tech's replies to a few things, especially his replies to, oh, that's an old one. Heath Tech's replies to this one right here. Goes, well, let's go over what people are so mad about first. So, Heath Tech has pulled the rates in which we can get Sugofest characters. On the Japanese version, we actually have all these rates. You can actually go to the Japanese version right now, go over to the saloon, click the orange button, and you have all the information about the rates of characters. You can see here, this is not a Sugofest on Japan, but you can see from a single pull, I have a 4.5% chance of getting a 5-star character. That's any 5-star characters. There's no legends right now. 50% chance of getting a 4-star character, and a 45% chance of getting a non-4-star character. You also have a 16. This is by color breakdown, so you can see that all the color breakdown is all different percent by color. You'll see here you got 0.227% chance, goes down to 0.03% chance. Some characters right now have a 2% chance, some characters have a 0.3, some characters have, and then if you have a 3-star, it's all 5% chance. 3-star characters all the same rate. And if you do a multi-pull, the rates are different if you do a multi-pull versus if you do a single pull. So that's available on the Japanese version. It is out there. The reason that's available on the Japanese version are due to some Chinese laws that say that gacha games must publish their information about the pull rates, which is pretty big, and it's a very, very good law. I would agree to people saying that a lot of other countries' laws, including American laws about games, should be updated to allow people to force people to publish their rates of getting things like Legends and stuff. I believe Hearthstone had to do that. A few other games that have also published their rates of getting things because of those laws, and I agree that that is a very good law and that we should follow in China's footsteps and also have those laws implemented. But the global version of the game does not have these rates, and so that's why we have Heath Tech pulling out rates through the game's data. And some things here. This Sugofest that just came out was a Sugofest with Nekomamushi released as the newest legend, and Striker characters are boosted. So those are two things in note. Nekomamushi is the newest legend on global, and Striker rates are boosted. So that means we expect to see higher rates of Nekomamushi and Striker characters, and the characters in Nekomamushi's batch. Now if you look at the legend rates here, you can see that Law actually is the highest rate getting a pull. You actually have a 0.5% chance of getting a Law. Then you have a 0.4% chance of getting Shirahoshi and a 0.3% chance of getting Nekomamushi. So Nekomamushi, although he is the newest character, he's lower than Shirahoshi and Law. And Striker legends like Whitebeard actually have the same chance of being pulled as a non-Striker legend, such as Rayleigh. So Strikers Striker legends do not seem to be actually boosted. And yes, it is also double legend rate, so we don't know what these rates look like when it's not a double legend rate Sugo. We'll have to get more information about that and compare to see if those sharpened pitchforks should be sharpened or not on the how doubled means. So we'll have to wait. Now this is something that I do find very peculiar, that Inu Arashi down here, Doggo Storm, is dumpstered on the rates of getting Doggo Storm. This Doggo Storm has only a 0.022% chance of getting Doggo Storm, so Doggo Storm is just trashed. Now, personally, I say it's because Inu Arashi is scared of Nekomamushi, because while Nekomamushi is ruling the land, Inu Arashi, he's taking a nap. So clearly, it's obviously, Bandai is they're just feeling the story, right? They're just getting into the theme of One Piece, clearly. But that is very suspicious why Inu Arashi is dumpster rate worse compared to like everybody else. But overall rate, I want to reiterate that overall, the total chance of getting a legend is about 4.4% chance of getting a legend on this Sugofest. Now I have pulled up one of my old videos. This is the Shirahoshi Sugofest. This is just a regular rate Sugofest on Japan. This is Shirahoshi's release. At this time, there are 28 legends on Japan, I believe. And this is the first time that Japan has published their information about how many characters can be pulled. So here you can see, where is it? Come on, let's go to right here. So right here is the first time we're seeing rates of characters. You can see here that a 5-star character rate is 7.5%. 4-star character rate is 52%, and a 3-star character rate is 40% chance of getting a 3-star character. We can also go right here. This is a chance of getting if you get a guaranteed legend character on the third multi-pull. Shirahoshi has a 9% chance. Other characters have 3% chance. Dex characters have a boosted rate of 4.6% chance. But I want to go up to right here. I don't need to hear me talking. We'll just play that along. And right here, this is Shirahoshi right here. No, go back. Go. Let's step back. So this is Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi on a regular multi-pull has a 0.323% chance of getting Shirahoshi, which is not too far away from Nekomamushi's 0.3% chance of getting Nekomamushi. So Shirahoshi release, 0.323% chance of getting Shirahoshi. Then we have other characters. Here is Luffy at a 0.1% chance of getting Luffy. Ace at a boosted 0.162% chance. Blackbeard at a 0.162% chance of getting Blackbeard. So you can see here that the rates of individual legends is not too far off. Actually, it's over here. Not too far off of these rates. Fairly similar. Although, things to note that yes, Shirahoshi was not double legend rate, and also we don't have weird fluctuations like these where it's 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. There are still a few tiers. There's like 4 tiers of legends if it's not a rate boosted legend, if it is a color rate boosted, stuff like that. And also nobody gets dumpstered like Nekomamushi right here. So those are things that I would agree that it's really weird that characters have different boosted rates. But the overall rate of getting a character, you can also go back to this 6 months ago post on Reddit that has the rates here. And you see Shirahoshi rate 0.323, rate up legend rate is 0.162, normal legend rate is 0.108. In total, you have a 3.5% chance-ish of getting a legend. There was no 2 times legend boost right there, so this is just a regular rate on Japan. And more speculation about what Global's rate is. Where's the other post? But Japan, about 3.5 or a 3% total chance. 3.2 total legend rate, about 3% chance. So it's about a 3% chance on Japan legend rate normally. On Global, 2% legend rate seems to be about 4.4. But once again, we'll have to see what Global's legend rate is without the 2 times boost to see if it's actually 2.2 or if it's a different number. I am messing up Nekomamushi and Dogstorm's names. I'm switching them up a lot. You can see all these boosts and stuff if you want yourself, but this is something that I really want to touch on. Some notes from Heath is that 3-star character rates are not boosted. These rates may not reflect those adjusted for high volume players. That's a really, really big point, and that's going to be something that we're also going to spend a lot of time talking about. So these rates may not affect those adjusted for high volume players. People hear these words and have gone way off the rails about what that means. You can see here from this post by Koryuken, the existence of high volume player value that has the ability to modify your players in individual rates. Everything he's talking about here, I'll allow you to read this yourself if you're interested. Everything he's talking about here are based off of his feelings. Once again, my own assumptions. Why I believe this is so. He is extrapolating from this. And a lot of people are taking this paragraph and stating it as a fact, saying that Bandai is messing with the rates of individual players. We don't know that. And in fact, Heath Tech, who is once again the guy who gave us these rates in the first place, made some replies in the same thread. Hate to see people getting so upset about number 5, which is the existence of high volume player stuff. I want to stress that it's only a possibility that rates can be affected by a high number of player pulls. It's the same kind of possibility where single pulls and multi-pulls, excluding the bonus, can have different pull rates. The functionality exists, but in the time I've had access, the rates were always the same. I'd feel terrible if an angry mob were to try to shut down the game service for this discovery if the reality was that Bandai Namco was playing a special pity rate or something like that, like the one that he was mentioning up there. I would advise the community refrain from jumping to any conclusions, but continue to gather data as evidence in case no answer becomes clear. Whoa! Whoa! It's almost like we only have one person who got this data, and we should have other people get the data in order to verify it. Right? We should do that. What did they teach you in school about science? How do you get something to become a law? Well, someone makes a hypothesis, they test that hypothesis, and then someone else also tests it to see if they get the same results. If someone else knew how to, no one else really knows how to get into the information like Heath Tech has. If someone else can also get into the information and pull the rates of characters, it'd be really interesting if they can get different results, or if they get the same results, or if they can maybe interpret the results differently. We don't know how the data looks when Heath Tech gets it. It could be that this might just be wrong. Now, I'm not saying that he is wrong. It could just be that in the data he pulled, maybe that data was not that was not parsed properly. So Inu Adachi is just improperly low based on that data. But this is something that if we had access to the data, or if someone else were to go out and to verify this data, well, then we can start getting pitchforks. Once again, Heath Tech replies, I wrote that the rates may not be the same between the rates I distributed and the rates of other players because I had found that the pool tables have the capacity of changing on a per player basis, but requires some external value having something to do with the polls and time in order to take effect. Whether this is in use or not will be in use was and still is unknown to me, just as whether the rates get worse, stay the same, or get better is also unknown. I attempted to influence this with what I had, but I didn't see any fluctuations, so I figured it was possible that the rates could still change based on what I could check with. For all we know, Bandai's programming could be like this. Bandai's programming could be as simple as player gets a random character, and maybe we'll just put in a variable here that eventually we might want to use at another point. We don't know how Bandai programs. They could have sloppy programs that just have extra parts of code that said, well, maybe we'll just use this multiplied variable here, but right now we'll just set it to 1 all the time, so it always just passes the result through and we're not actually using that variable. This is something that, of course, if we had the published rates like the Japanese version does, it would solve all these issues and we wouldn't have any problems. And then we could do stuff like see if our rates of pools match up with Bandai's published rates of pools. And if there's a discrepancy there, then yeah, we definitely have an issue. But right now, since there's no published rates and the only information we have is Heath Tech's information, we have nothing else to verify it with. And people are really just jumping the gun. People are going crazy about things that other people are saying. Nobody has bothered to go out and verify information. Nobody is thinking. People are too busy being angry. We need to take the time to find out what character rates are if someone else can get more data. I have sent Bandai some emails. I tweeted to Bandai to see if they're going to get a response. If they do respond to me, then I will, of course, pass on that information to you. Here's some things. Here's my advice, okay? Here, we've gone over the major controversies, and here's my advice. If Bandai doesn't publish rates, and you think that they're being evil, and you don't trust them, this is what you should do. Don't spend money on One Piece Treasure Cruise. It's that simple. Don't spend money on One Piece Treasure Cruise if you think the company's evil. Now, there are a lot of people who are calling for protests and putting 1-star reviews on the game and stuff like that. If you go to One Piece Treasure Cruise's Google Play Store and look at the most recent reviews, you can see that people are writing some very angry reviews right now. Let's open up some more. Go to the newest ratings. Oh no, good reviews. What? Here we go. Here's some 1-star reviews. People are making some 1-star reviews. Oh, how angry people are. Oh no. If you don't. And I also want to say that if Bandai does change stuff, and you're one of the people posting 1-star reviews, change it back to a 5-star review. Right? If Bandai changes, then change it back to a 5-star review. Now, I find the posting of 1-star reviews to be the least effective way of doing anything. It doesn't really do anything in the long run. If you want to get a response from Bandai, you can tweet at Bandai and try to get them to respond to someone. If you could try to get Bandai to respond to my tweets, that would be great. I also don't want people to flood Bandai. Do not flood Bandai Namco's emails, please. And the reason is that Bandai is going to get a ton of emails about the exact same thing, and they're just going to give us blanket responses. We don't want them to get 300 emails. Because if Bandai gets 300 emails, this is what we're going to say. Okay, I'm going to check mark everyone who responded to me about this issue, and I'm just going to send them this same blanket response. In which case, we get nowhere. So do not flood Bandai Namco's emails, please. Also, there's some people who are saying, getting Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling. Hey, freaking love them. But we don't have any real information. Like, we have nothing for them to go on to actually, like, verify these things. So, if there is something you want to do, you hit Bandai Namco where it hurts them, is that you just stop spending money on the game. Don't buy gems. On the Japanese Sugo that's so hot right now that everyone wants to, like, Japanese Sugo's coming up, has guaranteed golds, guaranteed legend on the 3rd, 6th, and 9th multi-pull. Don't spend money on that Sugofest. Show Bandai what the one thing they care about, and that's how much money you spend. That's what my recommendation is if you are truly angry, to do the one thing that matters, and that's to not spend money on the game. Flooding them with emails is not going to get anything done. Making angry tweets and stuff is not going to get anything done. If Bandai could respond to me, that would be great. I've had minimal response from Bandai in the past, where all they said is, we hear you, and we'll get back to you, and they never get back to me. And people who are calling for even more extreme things, just a little overreacting. So guys, I will let you know if there is any more information to come out. Stay tuned. And if you're really angry, don't do Sugofest pulls. I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you can go to patreon.com/Zeenigami, use the Amazon link in the video description, or check out our sponsors, Nox, at bignox.com, or use the link in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all stay beautiful.